Let's get straight to the point. Money. It's a topic that many of us shy away from. But if we're being honest, it shapes so much of our lives. From the way we live to the way we love, money plays a pivotal role. But here's the thing. What if I told you that 99% of women at the core of it love your money? Not in the way we often think of love, but in a way that speaks to something deeper: security, opportunity, and yes, even attraction. I'm not here to make anyone uncomfortable or tell you something you haven't already realized. Instead, let's take a hard look at why money matters in relationships and the dynamics it creates. Because when it comes down to it, money's more than just currency. It's about power, freedom, and ultimately how we connect with each other. So let's dive in and explore what that really means. Beyond the cliches and beyond the Instagram posts, let's get real about love, money, and the reality of what they both bring to the table. Let's talk about something most people don't like to admit: money. But here's the truth: money matters. It's not just about luxury or status, it's about security. When you have financial stability, it means fewer worries, fewer stressors, and, frankly, more time to focus on the things that really matter. For many women, that's a significant factor when it comes to choosing a partner. Now, don't get me wrong. This isn't about materialism or superficiality. It's about the basic need for safety, for peace of mind. Think about it. How often do we hear about relationships struggling because of financial insecurity? Money isn't just currency, it's the key to stability. The moment you start to get real about finances in a relationship, you realize it's tied to everything. It's tied to your ability to plan for the future, to care for the people you love, to create opportunities for those you care about. So it's no wonder that a woman, or really anyone, would gravitate towards someone who can offer that stability. But it's not just the money itself, it's what it enables. A secure future experiences freedom. Imagine being able to focus on your passions, on building your dream life without the constant pressure of financial strain. When someone can offer that, it makes a relationship more than just about shared feelings. It becomes a partnership in every sense of the word. We also have to acknowledge that in our society, being financially successful often equals being successful, period. Success is attractive. It signals competence, ambition, traits anyone would want in a partner. For women, that means looking for someone who can offer more than just love. They want someone who can help build a future. That's not to say that money should ever replace genuine affection or connection, but let's not kid ourselves. Financial security matters. It affects how we feel, how we live, and yes, even how we love. So when we talk about relationships, about connection, about building a life with someone, let's be honest. Money isn't the villain. It's the tool that allows the best parts of life to thrive. If you want a solid relationship, you need more than just love. You need stability. And in today's world, that means being financially secure. No shame in that. It's just reality. Let's dig a little deeper into something that's ingrained in the fabric of society: cultural expectation. Cultural expectations. From the moment we're born, we're told what success looks like. A good job, a nice car, a house with a white picket fence. And when it comes to relationships, the story is no different. We're conditioned to believe that financial success is not just a personal achievement, but a measure of worth. It's almost like a checklist. Are you successful? Do you have money? Do you have the things that signal you've made it? The idea that money equals success and by extension attraction is something most people internalize, whether they realize it or not. For women, this pressure can be particularly strong. Society often tells them that their partner should be someone who can provide stability, security, and the ability to offer a comfortable lifestyle. And, whether we like it or not, it's not just about the house or the car, it's about the power and freedom that financial stability brings. Now, I'm not suggesting that women are solely driven by money or material possessions. I'm just pointing out that societal norms have placed this expectation on the table. Think about how many times we see headlines about the perfect partner, and more often than not, That person comes with a six-figure salary or an impressive career. We're conditioned to associate success with financial abundance, and we subconsciously start to connect it with worthiness. But let's take a step back and question that conditioning. Is this really what defines success in a relationship? Is money truly the deciding factor? In a world where love, trust, and loyalty should come first, it's easy to get swept up in the illusion that money is the ultimate prize. But here's the thing. If you only value someone based on their financial status, you miss the deeper qualities that truly make a partnership work. Respect, shared goals, and emotional support. We have to be honest about the conditioning that runs deep in all of us. It's a powerful force, but it's also something we can challenge. At the end of the day, love isn't about who has the most money or the flashiest lifestyle. It's about who can stand by you when the chips are down, and who's there to build something together. Let's not forget that. Money might attract, but it's not the glue that holds things together. Now let's talk about power dynamics. There's no getting around it. Money brings power. It's the kind of power that can shift the balance in a relationship, sometimes without either party even realizing it. When one person has significantly more financial resources, it creates an imbalance, whether intentional or not. And this isn't about being malicious or controlling. It's just human nature. When you have the means to shape the course of your life, to dictate the terms of your existence, it changes the way you interact with the world. And it certainly changes the way you interact with your partner. This power dynamic isn't just about what you can buy or the lifestyle you can offer. It's about influence, the ability to make decisions that affect both people. If one person holds the financial card, there's a natural shift in the roles they play within the relationship. It can create an uneven partnership where the person with less money may feel dependent, while the one with more might unintentionally take on a controlling position. But here's the twist. This dynamic can be a double-edged sword. While money can create stability and open doors, it can also breed resentment or even guilt. The person with more resources might feel the weight of responsibility, wondering if they're being loved for their money or for who they truly are. And the person with less, they might feel like they're in a perpetual position of gratitude, unsure if their love is being fully reciprocated or if they're simply an accessory to a life that's already been built. This isn't to say that relationships can't thrive in this kind of setup. It's absolutely possible. But it takes awareness and open communication. The key here is balance. When both partners have the space to contribute in meaningful ways, whether emotionally, intellectually, or financially, it creates a healthier power dynamic, one where neither person feels unequal or dependent. A relationship should never feel like a transaction where love is conditioned on financial gain. At the end of the day, money can change the dynamics, but it shouldn't define the relationship. It's not about who holds the power, it's about mutual respect and understanding. And that in itself is the true power in any relationship. Let's dive into something that's hard to ignore, how money is often seen as a symbol of status. Think about it. When you see someone driving a high-end car or wearing designer clothes, there's an automatic perception that they're successful, powerful, and desirable. This is the world we live in. Success in many ways is measured by your financial achievements. And that doesn't just apply to what you own. It's how people perceive you based on what you have. It's why wealth is often linked to attraction. It's a visual shorthand for power, competence, and the ability to provide. For women, the appeal of wealth isn't just about the tangible stuff, cars, houses, luxury items. It's about what it represents. Money gives access to freedom, to experiences, to opportunities that would otherwise be out of reach. It signals that you have your life together, that you're in control, and that you can offer someone a lifestyle that's comfortable and secure. And let's be real, that kind of stability is incredibly attractive. It's not superficial, it's practical. It's the promise of a future where you don't have to worry about the little things because financial pressure isn't part of the equation. But here's where it gets interesting. Money can attract, but it doesn't guarantee lasting love or connection. There's a danger in getting too wrapped up in the idea that wealth alone can form the basis of a deep, meaningful relationship. Yes, money may open the door, but it's not the foundation on which love and trust are built. True connection comes from shared values, emotional intelligence, and mutual respect. If money becomes the focal point, the relationship risks being hollow, built on materialism instead of genuine affection. That being said, let's not ignore the undeniable link between wealth and attraction. It's hard to deny that in today's world, having financial success can make you more appealing, whether you like it or not. But the real question is, does that attraction last when the sparkle of wealth fades? Can you still build something solid and meaningful? Or is it all just a superficial connection that eventually crumbles? At the end of the day, it's not about how much you have, it's about how you use it. Money may attract, but it's the character, the shared experiences, and the emotional bond that keep a relationship alive. That's the real measure of success. We're living in a time where social media is shaping nearly every aspect of our lives. It's a world where curated posts, influencer lifestyles, and perfect images dominate our feeds. And let's be honest, there's a direct link between social media and the growing materialism we see today. When you scroll through Instagram or TikTok, what do you see? A constant stream of luxury cars, expensive vacations, designer outfits. It's a digital display of wealth, and whether we like it or not, it's influencing our perceptions of success and love. For many, the idea of success isn't just about hard work or achievements anymore. It's about being seen, about having a lifestyle that looks perfect from the outside. This visual culture is creating a shift, especially when it comes to relationships. The pressure to keep up with what we see online is real. You don't just want to be loved for who you are. You want to be loved for the life you can give. And for many women, the idea of financial security, of being swept off their feet by someone with money, is a dream that's often perpetuated by the media. But here's the catch. This focus on materialism can cloud the real value of a relationship. In a world where appearance is often everything, it's easy to forget that what makes a real connection last isn't the luxury you can offer, it's the emotional depth and shared vision you bring. Social media can create unrealistic standards, making us believe that love is about the perfect dinner date or a lavish vacation. But that's just the highlight reel. It's easy to get caught up in the chase for the next big purchase, the next flashy vacation. But in the end, what truly matters is the connection you have with someone, not the things you can show off. Sure, love might get attention, but it's fleeting. It's the intangible qualities, the shared moments, the emotional intimacy, the respect that keep people coming back. We need to be aware of how social media and materialism shape our expectations. When we focus too much on the surface, we miss the depth. And depth is what makes any relationship truly valuable. The truth is simple. The real connection doesn't come from flashing wealth or the perfect image. It comes from building something genuine, something that lasts longer than the latest trend or the most expensive dinner. That's the kind of connection that doesn't need a filter. Now let's talk about the difference between true love and financial dependence. This is where things can get tricky because in reality, there's a fine line between loving someone for who they are and loving someone for the security they provide. The truth is, financial dependence can sometimes masquerade as love. When one person has all the resources, it's easy to slip into a dynamic where the other feels they need them. Not just emotionally, but financially. And while that might look like a perfect relationship on paper, it's anything but. At the surface, it seems like everything's great. You're being cared for, you're not worrying about bills or paying rent, and you're able to live a life that many would envy. But here's the real question. If the money were to disappear tomorrow, would the love still be there? Would you still be there? Would your partner still feel the same? Or would everything fall apart because the foundation of the relationship was built on financial dependence, not mutual love and respect? That's the danger of leaning too heavily on financial stability as the pillar of a relationship. Over time, it can erode the true connection that's necessary for a lasting partnership. If you're staying with someone simply because they provide financial security, you're missing the point. You're not in the relationship for the right reason. True love isn't about relying on someone to pay your way through life. It's about building something together, where both people bring their best selves to the table, regardless of how much money is in the bank. This doesn't mean that financial support can't be a part of a relationship. Of course it can be, but the key here is balance. There has to be a level of emotional equality that transcends money. Both partners need to feel valued for who they are, not just for their ability to provide. When both people feel empowered in their own right, when they both bring their own strengths to the relationship, that's when true love can flourish. Financial security is important, no doubt, but it should never be the only reason two people are together. Relationships built solely on money can't withstand the test of time because they lack the depth and foundation that true connection requires. At the end of the day, love is about more than just security. It's about finding someone who stands by you, no matter what's in your wallet.